You're listening to the Call Kent podcast, where Kent C. Dodds answers questions and gives insights to software engineers like you. Now, let's hear the call.
Good day. My question is, okay, I'm in my early stage of this programming journey. That's just the learning phase. So basically, I'm learning JavaScript. That's my first programming language. Like first one I'm learning. So now I'm learning with a course I purchased on Udemy. Basically, I've been going through the course. I understand the syntax I've been taught up to this point. I understand everything about the syntax. But my problem now is whenever I try to take a challenge up or a task, that's mainly this task or project I take up are like it's not they're not really like straightforward projects in the sense that they won't tell you what you're meant to do. Like how they won't give you a background. It's just like okay, you get the picture of what you want, but you're not told yeah there should be a function here, there should be this syntax here, you should use a class here for this. No. It's just the project picture. Then you apply it yourself. But my problem now is how to apply them. I don't really know when to apply such things when I face a JavaScript problem or something like that. I don't really know how to apply those syntax, but I understand the syntax. So now I want to ask, probably in your early stage, like where I am now, did you face such challenges and how did you tackle things like this? And with your years of experience, I would love you to give me a kind of advice. Thank you.
And that was the call. Here's what Kent had to say.
Hey, thanks so much for the question. So, this I think a lot of people struggle with this problem, especially as they're learning a new language. They can see things in isolated examples, and then when they maybe you go through an entire course and it all seems to make sense, and then it all kind of falls apart when you get into a project and you're like, okay, now what? So unfortunately, I don't really have any great strategies for this problem. As far as the courses are concerned, the courses I create, I try to make them as real world as possible, and that's what Epic Web is. I'm trying to do with the Rocket Rental app that I'm building, is trying to just make a real app, and then we'll teach how we built those features. So trying to overcome this problem for learners by making things more real world. So you may have just buckets and buckets of knowledge, but you may not know exactly where to apply it. This is, like I said, a very common problem. And I just don't really have any specific strategies other than probably the answer you probably don't want to hear, and that is just give it time and wait. Or work as you do. And so I have a blog post that I'll link in the description of this episode that is about how to get experience as a software engineer. And the trick is you get experience by having experiences. There's a great quote from Scott Hanselman that I heard him say he said it in a lot of different venues. I heard him say it most recently at a conference. But he asked the question, maybe you have 20 years of software development experience, but do you have 20 years of experience, or do you have 1 year of experience 20 times? And so the message there is you need to have varied experiences. And so look for opportunities to kind of go outside of what you're normally working on and get more experience that way. The trick is just to spend a silly amount of time working on a lot of things, a lot of different things. And I personally, I have chosen to focus on JavaScript in general, but I think you can kind of expand just a little bit beyond that, even if you want to focus on a particular language or a particular framework for a time or something like that. So anyway, hopefully the article that I linked to you will be helpful, and I wish you the best of luck. I know that it can be frustrating, but stick to it. You can do this. Have a wonderful day.
This has been the Call Kent podcast. Learn more about Kent at kentcdodds.com and get your own questions answered at kentcdodds.com/calls.